Black Clover M is the turn-based gacha version of the anime and manga. It is undoubtedly more open to letting gamers of all kinds enjoy it in their own unique ways. While there are a lot of gacha games frequently being pumped out, there are also a lot of restrictions, pay-to-win alternatives, and gated features that will only open, such as faster battles and automated gameplay if you beat the game up until the hard mode. This type of feature has never gone down well with me. Thankfully, the developers seemed to catch on that restrictive gameplay isn't a good feature. I'd like to start off by saying that there were a lot of things that were good decisions with their design and unique ways of dealing with each circumstance, but there was one huge flaw. With the global release of this game being out now, they've made substantial modifications with how you can obtain free pulls. I played the game for about 20 hours over the course of 5 days, just before the launch, and only obtained 40 bonus draws. I was very hesitant to use my black crystals because they are extremely useful for many other purposes, other than gambling, like replenishing your daily energy, unlocking talents, and many other things. If I was to spend all of this on my pulls, I would be in a position where I am not able to, as a free-to-play player, be capable of actually doing any of the content because of how difficult the game becomes in such a short amount of time and how much of an insane grind it is to actually be rewarded for your time spent playing. Story-wise, if you're like me and like the vast majority of the anime community, you were probably turned off by the voice acting for Asta in Black Clover's premiere. The voice acting for Asta remains just as annoying as it ever was for the first few chapters, which shows just how eager they were to make this as accurate as possible even if it was driving many of us away. I could never fully immerse myself in it, even though I am aware just how good it actually is. I genuinely liked how the game does not limit your ability to play the way that you choose to play as a player. It may sound boring to you, but I personally enjoy games like this that allow me to essentially AFK most of the time as if I were playing an idler game, because I get a sense of progression while also seeing numbers and levels rise without actually having to sit down and actively watch and play through 50 manual fights for over an hour. The most astonishing thing that you can do here is that while it's really difficult to pull characters, you can just play the game every day and unlock current characters to their maximum rarity. The issue is that you will not have access to the strong and powerful characters and their abilities, and you will have to make do with what you currently have. This is your standard gacha battler with some overworld locations to visit and explore. You'll spend most of your time performing your dailies, PvP, PvE, and the main campaign, which is the anime step-by-step. It didn't feel as constraining as many other games that I've played that felt like they were forcing you to play physically. If you do wish to farm, simply enable auto farm, and until you run out of energy or are defeated, you will continue to fight. And if you don't want to wait, you can just use your skip tickets to obtain the rewards and move on to the next material. While I have played this game for about a week now, I felt very weak, requiring the aid of other players whenever I had the ability to get carried through most of the story missions and gameplay. While my introduction to the Black Clover series was very poor, I feel like I want to revisit the series as a whole because I didn't really give it a chance now that the anime has a huge number of episodes available. I do sincerely hope that they reverse their decision to offer access to more ways to gain free tickets for pulls. I want to be rewarded with them instead of physically limiting my growth that can only be done once you've practically maxed out your characters already. Despite this one flaw and the fact that it was extremely grindy, I felt like it was true to the anime and overly fun to play.